Hello everyone, welcome to today's session that's going to be all about unlocking your sales potential with Monday Sales CRM. I'm Dana, a Principal Implementation Consultant and the Monday Sales CRM SME, subject matter expert. I've been in Monday for 4.5 years, and a fun fact about me, my favorite monday.com feature is the mirror column. So let's see it in action. I'm now in the Monday Work Management, and when I want to switch to the product of the CRM, I'll click on the switcher on the top left and go to the Sales CRM. So this is the Monday Sales CRM product. When you first download the Monday CRM product, you see those boards that come with it. Those boards are entity boards. Those entity boards have unique capabilities that you cannot find on the work management, like different visuals like what we see here, different features, different reporting capabilities, and more. The entity boards represent the core elements of a CRM. What we see here is a lead management, an opportunity management, a repository of contacts and account, sales activities, and more functionalities that we'll talk about later on. These boards are all connected to one another behind the scenes and have dedicated automation so that the flow will work seamlessly without you needing to set anything up. Now, of course, if you don't need to use one of the boards, so let's say, for example, you don't have a lead qualification process and you just want to use the opportunities, no problem. You can just turn it off, remove it from the entities, and if you want, you can always bring it back later. So let's start with our sales pipeline. Usually, the sales pipeline will start from collecting leads, so we'll start by talking about the leads board. The leads board is where you will collect and manage your leads. Before I dive in detail, let's take a look at the board and see what it offers. The board has different columns that will help you with your lead qualification process and management. So we have here a lead scoring formula that will help you score your lead. And of course, this is completely customizable, so you can adjust the settings and give your lead a score based on what you manage. We also have here an indication of whether this lead is a duplicated lead or if it's coming from an existing account. And again, these are all pre-built inside the product. You have other functionalities that can help you manage your lead, as well as columns that we need to collect from our lead, like their email address, their phone number, and so on. And we'll talk about these columns in a second, and we'll see how they are being populated. And of course, it's important to mention that everything is super customizable. So if you manage anything other than, for example, a SaaS platform and you need to collect licenses, so let's say that you are managing a real estate agency or you're selling consultation services, everything can be managed from the column center. You are able to add or remove core CRM columns and of course add additional columns to fit your needs. So as I said, in my use case example, I'm managing a SaaS platform and I'm selling licenses. So now that we understand the board structure, let's talk about how do we bring leads in. Now, there are different ways you can get leads into the board. You could use, obviously, the Monday forms, and you can create a form, embed it in your website, or just share it with the link. And you can use our integration center to integrate and receive leads from other platforms. Of course, you can also import from Excel and import it directly to the leads. And in many cases, we actually want to insert the lead manually. Now, when we enter a lead manually, we want to make sure that all the required fields are actually filled out and we don't miss any type of detail. In Monday Sales CRM, whenever you want to add a new item, or in this case, a new lead, this pop-up will come up and it will allow me to have required fields on my board, meaning I cannot submit a new item unless I filled out all the details. So let's see an example. So let's say that I just got a new lead from John Doe and I want to fill out his details that I got into my board. Let's invent a company name and of course the lead owner who is going to own this lead. And as we said, in my case, I want to know how many licenses this person is interested to get. So let's say that he's interested in getting 200 licenses. Another unique feature of the CRM product is the data enrichment. When I insert a new lead, our enrichment tool will locate the information about the company and insert it in the relevant columns. And of course, this is customizable, so you can detect and add the information that you want. So no more searching for the company in Google or LinkedIn and filling out this data manually. Everything happens automatically and it keeps your CRM data clean and fresh and no mistakes will happen. So now that I have so many leads on my board, I might have some duplicates. Now, although I have this smart indication here to tells me what is a duplicated lead and what is from an existing contact, I also need an automatic way to manage those duplicates. In the Monday Sales CRM, we have the Manage Duplications feature that can automatically help me merge duplicates. So I can easily search for items that have the same field, like for example, the email. And now it's going to locate all the leads and all the items that have the same email address and merge them automatically. So we covered how we can collect leads easily and effectively. But now, where do we actually manage all the customer relationships? Every item has a 360 view inside the item card. This window gives us the full CRM experience. We can see all the relevant details at a glance. We can see the stages of the lead very clearly over here. And of course, we can change the stages accordingly. We have the contact information, and when we scroll down, we have the company information. And over here, this is where we have the timeline of all our interactions. These are the notes, activities that we wrote. Those are emails that we sent. And as you can see, it gives us a full indication of exactly what happened with this client based on the timeline. Of course, when we handle multiple leads, we can quickly skim through in order to get an overview of each lead without needing to leave this window. And of course, you know that with monday.com, everything is extremely customizable. No need for code, no need to submit an IT ticket. All you have to do in order to edit this window is simply click on edit, and you can adjust the widgets to work exactly and look exactly how you want. And of course, you can edit all the information from the settings and choose exactly what you want to see. Now let's dive into the emails and activities and discover its capabilities. The emails and activities allows you to manage the customer relationships in a centralized way, meaning that your team will spend less time tracking down the details for every single interaction. Everything will be documented in one place. From the emails and activities, we can send emails and of course receive emails, and we can add our own activities to capture everything. So let's start with sending a new email and see what the email composer offers. Our mission is to ensure that sales reps can have a CRM experience that's actually valuable and make them want to use it. So when we compose an email, we want to make sure to put emphasis on making it a smooth and fast experience for the rep. And that's exactly what the CRM offers. First of all, when I send an email, the first thing that we see is that it automatically took the email address that is attached to this lead. I didn't need to add it manually. Next, we have email templates. So I don't need to waste all my time on figuring out how I want to write my email. I can use email templates, whether shared or private. So if you're a sales leader and you want all your sales reps to use the exact same template, you can share it with everyone in the team. And of course, we have the automatic auto-populated fields from your board. So we can use those fields in order to automate fields like the name, the deal value, the company name, and so on. And a very important feature, the email tracking. When we send an email from Monday Sales CRM, we are able to track the email to see if it was opened and how many times. And we have an AI chatbot that will help us compose emails better and faster. So we can ask our AI to craft an email asking to follow up and simply copying it directly to the email. This will help us write professional emails faster. And of course, other necessary components like attaching files, customizing the signature, and even selecting from which account we want to send the email from. So if I'm a sales leader and my rep is on vacation and this lead just got an email follow-up that needs an answer, if I have the right permissions to do so, I can send an email from a different account. Now let's look at the other side of the communication, which is managing activities. When we have a meeting with a client, we have to summarize it, we have to book it. Let's take a look at what happens when I schedule a meeting. I can connect it to my calendar in order to see when exactly I'm available in order to schedule my meeting in the right time. I can save it and I can post here my meeting summary. And of course, here as well, we can manage the templates in order to have a template for any type of activity that we want. We can add different activities like call summaries or just a note. And of course, it's customizable, so we can add our own activity into the list. Another super important functionality of the emails and activities is the automations. The emails and activities automations make the CRM a tool that's actually contributing the sales reps' work. These are unique automations that work solely on the emails and activities triggers and actions. We can have automations like when an email is opened to notify someone, or when an activity is posted, we want to set a date or change a status, or one of my favorites, notifying someone when I received an email and haven't responded and the email is waiting for too long. Actually, we have a group here in the top called Hot Leads. This is the group that will contain all the leads that have a new email that I still haven't replied to and are waiting for my answer. This way, I can ensure that nothing ever falls through the cracks. So now let's look at what happens when we qualify a lead. So let's say we have here Brian Green from TechPulse, and we see all the documentation that we had with this client, and now we decided that we want to qualify this lead and move it along to opportunity management. So when I qualify the lead, first of all, it's going to create a contact and an account in my account repository, of course, if the contact or account doesn't already exist. Let's have a look at the accounts board and see how it's built. Over here is a list of all my accounts. I can see that the information from the lead has entered automatically into the accounts board. And let's have a look at our brand new account that we just added. We have here the company TechPulse, all the details about the company, and that is connected to the relevant contact, Brian Green. When I click on it, I can see all the information of Brian, his phone number, his email, and everything is available from the 360 view. Another thing that's happening when I qualify a lead is an opportunity gets created automatically. So let's have a look at the opportunities board. In this board, we will manage our qualified leads. This is another entity that has predefined columns that will help us manage my deal. We can utilize many of the familiar work management functions to adjust it to your needs, like, for example, the conditional coloring, which is super easy to customize from here, or the item view permissions. So we can allow each rep to only see their deals that they are assigned to and not expose deals of other reps with each other. Let's quickly explore the columns that we have on the board. So obviously we have a connection to the contact and the account. So like I showed before, also from here, we are able to click and see all the relevant information about the contact and about the account. I have automatic formulas to calculate the deal and the stage lengths, so I'm able to see which deals are waiting for too long in my pipeline and need my attention. I have the closing probability, and as a result, I have the forecast value. So these are just a few of the columns, and again, you can customize it and make it your own straight from the column center. Now, let's actually have a look at these opportunities that are waiting for too long on my pipeline. Maybe I want to send them all an email. Let's take all the red ones and send all of them an email. Now, you think I need to do it one by one? No, because the Monday Sales CRM has developed a mass emailing feature that will allow me to send emails up to 500 recipients at once. And here I marked 8 recipients that I want them to receive an email and remind them that I'm still waiting for their response. Also, with the mass emailing, I am able to use one of the templates. In the mass emailing, I also have the templates available for me to use, but not only that, I can also use an HTML editor. The HTML editor allows me to gain more freedom when it comes to branding and designing mass emails with the email editor. Let's have a look at how we do it. I'm simply copying my HTML code, pasting it in here, and I can see a preview of my email, how it will look like in the desktop, and also how it will look like on the mobile. I can save it and I can send all my 8 recipients this email, and of course it will send each recipient an individual email. Let's send it and see what happens. After I send my mass email, I obviously want to track it. So on the top left, I'll go to the mass email tracking in order to see all the data that I have available about my emails. Here, we can see all the previous emails that I sent in the past, And over here, this is the email that I just sent. I can click on it and I can see all the details, how many emails were delivered, the open rate. Of course, I can see the actual email that was sent and all the other relevant information. And same thing for my past emails. We can see here all the details about the mass emails that I sent in the past. Let's get back to the board and see how we can utilize different views. First, let's take a look at our pipeline view. In order to easily understand the revenue potential that is currently laying under each stage, we can look at the pipeline view and understand that now I have deals of the amount of $170,000. And if I want to look at the ones in proposal, I have 30,000. So this really gives me an overview of my pipeline and understanding what deals I need to promote as soon as possible and how much revenue do I have in each stage. And of course, I can simply open the deal from here in order to get the item card view and get the 360 view that I need and scroll through my timeline to see exactly which activities happened with this client and how can I help promote this even better. Another view that we created is my view. This view is filtered to only see myself, to only see the relevant rep. And we've created different functions that will help the rep work faster with more automatic actions. For example, one of the most repetitive tasks that a sales rep has to do is to log activities, to log the demo summary, the phone call summary, and so on. Over here, we utilize the emails and activities automations in order to create, with a click of a button, a log of a demo. So you see, all I had to do was click on log demo. And when I open the item card, I can see that a new activity has been captured. I can see the exact time and the exact date, and of course the name of the company. And if I do want to add additional details, I can simply edit it from here and add whatever I want. Solely this function saves the sales reps so much time and repetitive work. Another thing we can notice in the emails and activities is the fact that it carries over from board to board. So if I scroll down, I can see activities that were actually captured in the leads board, meaning everything you have documented in other boards will also carry over and document it here. This gives you visibility into previous processes, so you can know exactly what happened with this client, and you don't have to chase people around to give you that information. Everything is centralized in one place, visible to everyone. And let's see a live example of how we can utilize it. One of the stages in my sales cycle is to send a request for the legal board. All I have to do is change the stage to legal, and a legal request is going to be sent to the legal department. Let's have a look from the legal department eyes and see how it looks like. This is the legal board, and I'm now from James' account. James is the legal consultant that's in charge of legal request. As you can see, a new item just came in with the legal request with all the information that's needed. The deal value, the requester, the details about the opportunity where I can simply click and view everything. And of course, a notification that's telling him that a new request for legal just came in. When he will click on it, he will get to the screen of the item card, again in the same board, and James is able to see all the interactions that happened in the relevant board. And you can see here that a new request for legal has came in from Dana, and now me as James can now decide that this is actually approved. I can add a note if I want, and once I add the note, you can see that a new activity has been captured by James. Once James decides to approve this request, he can simply click here on approved, and this will be displayed on the CRM opportunities board, and of course notify the rep that has requested this legal request. Let's go back to the sales rep board. Over here, we can see this exact request of Cloud Sync, and we can see that the legal status is now approved. And of course, I also got a notification that your legal request has been approved. I can open it, and now I can proceed with my deal. Now that I'm from the opportunities board, I can clearly see James' note, and I can proceed with my deal and close the deal. Once I win the deal, a lot of automations go back in the background. And This is another aspect of the collaboration between sales teams and post-sales teams whenever I close a deal. So once the deal is closed, in addition to having an activity that captured the deal that was closed, some other automations happened in the background. And this is where we can actually see the benefit of having a unified sales CRM with other post-sales teams as well. When I close the deal, the relevant post-sales departments are also going to get an alert. Let's take an example of the account management. We have a new request for submission of account managers to this recently closed deal. And as you can see, we have automatically added a new request to add an account manager for this company. I didn't have to fill any long form with all the details. I didn't need to send any email with all the long details. All I had to do was click a button, close one, and this request as came in with all the relevant details about the company, about the opportunity, and again, all with the click of a button. So now the account managers that work on monday.com can assign an account manager and move forward with this account. In addition to that, the finance team has also got a request for a new invoice collection. We can see here the new request that came in, again, with all the details of the account. And another feature of the Monday Sales CRM is the ability to generate invoices directly from the CRM. This is another unique feature that is available, which you can generate invoices and auto-populate the fields from the board automatically. You can use our native collection and invoices app. And of course, you can always use our native integration center and add whatever integration suits you, whether it's for communication, whether it's for invoices or syncing with other departments or whatever it might be. I want to show you one example about communication and how we can use the integration in order to celebrate our wins. In this case, I chose a Slack integration, but of course it can be anything else like Microsoft Teams or even an email. The integration that I chose is when a status changes to something, notify in channel. And here is how it looks like. I have my own Slack channel of my sales team, and every time someone wins a deal, we notify about it in the channel. We can see here how we celebrate Dana's win with the deal value amount. And of course, when I click here, I can go back into the item. Now let's see how it all comes together in the Monday CRM reporting capabilities. Monday Sales CRM product provides a built-in dashboards that are already connected to the different boards. The dashboards were built specifically for insights that are valuable to manage and track pipeline, post-sales, the actual teams, and more. I won't dive into each dashboard. I'll focus on the overview dashboard over here, as it provides a clear insight from the entire CRM and not just the pipeline itself. We can see here a pipeline analysis telling us what's this month's target and what's this month's actual, so I can clearly see how much more revenue am I missing to reach my goals. I can see the revenue generation, the pipeline forecast, how many deals I won and lost this year. And over here, we have the conversion funnel. The conversion funnel report is a popular CRM reporting tool, which makes it simple to follow the flow of a deal stage from new all the way to closed won or closed loss. It calculates the conversion of the deal stages from each stage to another and also gives me an overall conversion rate of my entire pipeline. It can be easily customized from the setting just like anything else on monday.com, and there's no need to build any report from scratch. I can even look at my funnel not just as counting my deals, but also as looking at the actual deal value. So we can see that we started with 1.7 million and we converted it all the way to almost 1 million. And again, we can see here the total conversion rate of 58%. These insights can help you know where to focus and where to put your training efforts on. Moving on with our dashboard. As we said, this is an overview dashboard that gives me insights about my entire CRM and not just the sales pipeline. So we can see here information about the sales operations. We can see a description of the legal request status and the security request status. And I can actually see how much revenue is lying within each of the stages. So if, for example, we have here $70,000 that's still in awaiting signature, I can simply click on it in order to see what is this deal that's being held up. I can open it and I can see the communication, and I can see that James wrote that they're waiting for the rep to send the signed contract. So I can easily talk to the requester, to the rep, and make sure that this gets escalated as soon as possible. So as you can see, having the visibility from multiple teams in one place is extremely beneficial. Other valuable insights are, of course, the team performance. It is very important for me to see the activities of the team and their target versus actual. I can then see which team is performing best. And in regards to activities, all the activities that are being documented in the emails and activities from the item card are also being captured as items. So I can count those activities and see exactly how many activities were done each month, or even split it by rep or by team. Another reporting tool that is unique to the CRM product is the leaderboard. This report allows me to see my team's performance. We can easily visualize and understand metrics about converting deals by the specific reps. What we see here is each rep's total deal sum and the average deal size. And we can also see the conversion rate from one stage to the other. It is marked in green and red in according to the average of the team. So for example, we can see that the average deal size of the team is 29K. And because Dana has an average deal size of 25, which is below the average, she will be marked as red. But of course, when I want to understand more about the conversion or the average deal size, I can simply hover over and see how long did it take to move the stage from discovery to proposal and what is the deal amount exactly. This report helps me indicate the top and bottom performance on my team. And of course, it's also beneficial for the sales reps themselves, seeing how they stack up to their peers for some extra motivation and understand where to focus your efforts. And of course, again, this can be easily customizable from the settings, no need for any code or submitting a ticket. As I continue scrolling, we can see other information relevant from account management, from collection overview, and again, we can add whatever department that is relevant for us to understand and to learn the value. So this dashboard really shows the power and benefit of having not just a sales team on Monday, but also other supported teams. The fact that everything is managed in the same platform saves you time, makes the communication better and more efficient, and at the end of the day, helps you close deals faster. One last thing I want to show you is how you can work with Monday Sales CRM on your mobile app. Many sales teams need access to their CRM from their mobile when needing to log calls or create reminders and they're not in front of their computer. Some sales teams are also on the go and they need to have the full experience on their mobile as well. So we made sure that the CRM product has a dedicated mobile experience that fits the CRM usage. On the mobile app, you can find features like calling or sending an email directly from the app, capturing your activities even when you're offline, and all that, as I said, on a dedicated experience that fits the mobile usage. So, we just spent the last hour diving into tons of amazing things Monday Sales CRM can do to help you maximize your sales potential. And as you saw, it is so customizable and intuitive that you might just find that every sales stakeholder in your organization actually wants to use it. Thank you.